Hello, good morning students. Today I will tell you about the last colligative properties, that is osmotic pressure. So before starting the osmotic pressure, we will start the what is osmosis. Okay, what is osmosis? First of all, we should know the osmosis was given by Erwin Nolent in 1748. Okay, this was given by Erwin Nolent in 1748. Okay, it was done the experiment with the aqueous solution of sugar placed in a crystal funnel and having a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, from a semi-permeable membrane, these things he has seen. Okay, then he should tell that what is the meaning of the osmosis. Okay, means starting is done like this. So osmosis is defined as the process in which the solvent molecules move from less concentration solution to more concentration solution. Concentration solution, less concentration to more concentration. Concentration and dilution you should know na. Concentration, less amount of water is there, and dilute, more amount of water is there. So what will happen in this one? It can go from the less concentration to the more concentration solution. If these solutions are separated by semi-permeable membrane. Now if we want to separate these things na, less concentration and the more concentration, so we can separate these things by the semi-permeable membrane. These things we are talking about the osmosis. Okay, or we can say, in another words, we can say about the osmosis, we can say, see here, we can say the phenomena of the flow of solvent through a semi-permeable membrane from pure solvent to the solution is called osmosis. Means flow of solvent is moving through a semi-permeable membrane from pure solvent. Means if a solvent is pure, it is tell to be a sugar solution, that we have taken a pure solvent. Okay, and it can passes through a semi-permeable membrane, that is said to be the osmosis. It can move from low concentration to the high concentration. This is said to be a osmosis, and it was given, which I have said to you, given by this one scientist Erwin Nolent in 1748, and he has considered this thing in an aqueous solution of sugar placed in a crystal funnel having a semi-permeable membrane. He has seen first in these things. Okay, by these things they have find out the osmosis. Okay, now second, what is the meaning of the reverse osmosis? So if the pressure applied is more than that of the osmotic pressure of the solution, if the pressure is more rather than the osmotic pressure on the solvent particles, okay, start moving from more concentration solution to less concentration solution. Means here we have started less to more, here we are starting more to less concentration. That is known as reverse osmosis. Now the word reverse osmosis, you all know RO, we are saying RO water, that is said to be as reverse osmosis. Okay, this process is used to obtain drinking water from saline sea water. This process is also known as desalination. Important, this thing is important. Okay, this is said to be as desalination, that is said to be a reverse osmosis. Understood these things about the osmosis and the reverse osmosis? Okay, next thing, after this, now let's tell about a semi-permeable membrane. What is the meaning of the semi-permeable membrane? Okay, see, it is a membrane which allows solvent molecules like water to pass through their holes. Means water is passed through holes but binds the passage for molecules of solute like salt. Means is this, water is passing but as the salt came or sugar came, so it binds. Means it these things will not go outside. That is a semi-permeable membrane. Or for a semi-permeable membrane, we can say one thing more, that it can move to a higher concentration to a lower concentration. This is also said to be in a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, This is said to be a semi-permeable membrane. Now see, in a semi-permeable membrane placed between the pure solvent, which showing here a diagram, the solvent molecules will flow through the membrane from pure solvent to the solution. Means in this one the work is done by the pure solvent. This process to flow of the solvent, when the solvent is flowing, that is said to be an osmosis. Understood, students? So this is the solvent is here, solution is making here, and semi-permeable is here. In a semi-permeable membrane, water is going, but as the salt or the sugar is coming, it binds to it. Okay, it binds. These are the examples. Please read these examples. Okay, not more important, these examples. After this semi-permeable membrane, we can start the osmotic pressure. Okay. So let's tell about the osmotic pressure. What is the meaning of the osmotic pressure? See the diagram also. Osmotic pressure of a solution is the excess pressure, means more amount of pressure that must be applied to a solution. That is applied on a solution to prevent osmosis. Now, the pressure which is applied on the solution, pure solution, to prevent the osmosis, so that the osmosis will not waste. It means that is to stop the passage of solvent molecules, means the things which are going freely, the water is going freely, it can stop it through a semi-permeable membrane. The semi-permeable we can say SPM also. It is a colligative property and depend upon the number of solute molecules or not on the nature. This thing is depend on the solute molecules, but it is not depend on their nature. This is the diagram. Make the diagram in the copy. Okay. PATM is written atmospheric pressure. It is plus pi. This pi is said to be the osmotic pressure. So determination. If we are saying about the determination of molar mass of solute, how it is possible? Okay. Beta, one more definition is there of osmotic pressure. You can see, please. It is your wish which one you can write down. The excess pressure which must be applied to a solution to prevent the passage of the solvent into the semi-permeable membrane. Osmotic pressure is the pressure applied to the solution to prevent osmosis. Means the same meaning. In this one they have given this one diagram. Okay, so this is tell to about osmotic pressure. Now let's go to the determination of molar mass. Now beta, see here. Osmotic pressure is proportional to the molarity. Osmotic pressure is proportional to the molarity of the solution at a temperature T. Means three things has taken place. T has taken place, molarity C has taken place, osmotic pressure has taken place. So here we are saying osmotic pressure is directly proportional. Osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the molarity, and osmotic pressure is equals to CRT. Okay, CRT. R is here what? R is the gas constant here. Why it is so? Because we have taken out the directly proportion sign. That's why we are putting here R. Okay. So pi we can say that osmotic pressure is equals to CRT. Pi is the osmotic pressure and R is the gas constant. I said to you before. So for C we can say N2 upon V, or N2 we can say W2 upon M2. We can say this thing. Okay. This I have studied before. That one, depression, molar freezing point. In that one I have tell to you. Okay. You go on that one, then you should know that how the things are coming. Where N2 is the number of moles of solute dissolved in volume liter of L of the solution. W2 is the weight of the solute and M2 is the molar mass. Understood? So pi is equals to, this is pi is equals to W2. C is what? C is WT2 RT upon VM2. M2 have to find out W2 RT upon V pi. This is said to be the measurement of the osmotic pressure. Fine? Understood to all? Now, these are the advantages of the osmotic pressure. You can write down the methods of the advantages of the osmotic pressure. Okay, so these you can learn and write it in copy. Now, one thing is important, those things I am going to there. Types of solution on osmotic pressure. First is isotonic. In this one, what will happen? Two solution having same osmotic pressure means same osmotic pressure. Two things are there. Same osmotic pressure, temperature at a given temperature remains same, is called isotonic. There is no osmosis between the two solutions. Okay. Hypertonic. Hyper by the name only we should know that it is more. A solution having more osmotic pressure than the other solution. Hypo means hyper like more. Hypo means to be shrink something. That means less. A solution having less osmotic pressure than other solution, that is said to be the hypotonic solution. These three solutions is very important. Okay, these things you have to learn it by heart. Understood? And this is a diagram. If you can see of the hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic, these are the diagrams you can make. Some things will shrink, something will swell. Shrink means like this, shrink. Okay, sukudna. Fine. Now after this, we are going on the two things, that is reverse osmosis and water purification. Like in our home, RO is there. By the RO, how the water purification may takes place, that thing is going on. Okay, so here the direction of osmosis can be reversed if a pressure larger than the osmotic pressure is applied to a solution. Now the pure solvent flows out of the solution through semi-permeable membrane. This is called reverse osmosis. And the fresh water is coming, salt water is there, we are putting a pressure on it and various things through a semi-permeable membrane. By the semi-permeable membrane, the pure things will go and the rest things which are dirty one will remain on this one side. By these things we can find out the pure water. Now abnormal molar mass. Now by the abnormal molar mass we are saying the two things. Okay, now come here. Abnormality. Okay, one question is coming from here. Abnormal behavior of solute or abnormal molecules mass of solute. So it is of two types. One is dissociative type, second is associative type. One is dissociative and second is associative. So what is dissociative and what is associative? Let's start here. See here. These are the solutes which dissociate on their ions when they are dissolved in water. When the ions are dissolved in water, they dissociate. Why they dissociate? Because the number of particles of solute are found more than that accepted value. Because the solute is coming more that which we cannot accept it. In case of such solute, experimental value of colligative property is always more than the theoretical value. In this one, experimental value is coming more than the theoretical value. At the same time, experimental value or the mass of solid is less than that of the theoretical mass of solute. Okay, this is about the dissociative type of solute. Now in this one, dissociative. Let's see here now. Example, NaCl. Na positive, Cl negative. I is Vent-Off factor. Okay, that I will tell you what is Vent-Off factor, that I will tell you. Here I is equals to 2. In case of CaCl2, Ca2, 2Cl. Okay. This we are telling about the what things? Vent-Off factor with the dissociative. This is important. If degree of dissociation of any electrolyte is not 100%, then we can obtain Vent-Off factor by using following formula. alpha is equals to I minus 1 n minus 1. So before telling about this, we are telling about the what is the Van't-Hoff factor. Okay, I am going to tell you about first of all the Van't-Hoff factor. Okay, so let's see about the Van't-Hoff factor. This is the Van't-Hoff factor denoted by the I. In 1880 it was given. It is known as Van't-Hoff factor to count the existence of dissociation or association. It can tell about the dissociation or association. So it is a ratio. What is a ratio? It is a ratio of the experimental value of the colligative property. How it is so? Normal molar mass upon observed molar mass. What is the normal which is coming and what we have observed? After this, observed colligative properties and calculated colligative properties. First observed one and second colligative properties which is calculated. So colligative property is proportion to 1 upon molar mass. So in association, I is always more than 1. In dissociation, I is always less than 1. Okay, in dissociation, I is always less than 1. This is the Van't-Hoff factor. That's why what the thing I am going to teach you can't understand because of the Van't-Hoff factor. Okay, now see here. The value of ethonic acid, this is one example. So in a ethonic acid, we are saying I is equals to what the thing we have observed first, that thing we have to written. Second, what the normal thing, colligative property, that we have to written. Now, colligative properties with the modified form. Relative layering of vapor pressure, delta P upon P naught is equals to 1 x2. P1 minus P1 naught is equals to N2 N1 I. Elevation, these all things we have completed. At last they are saying that how we are writing the degree of association, degree of dissociation. Okay, if I is equals to 1, it means solute behaves normally. I is equals to half, solute is dimmer means less, 1/4 very dimmer means tetra, 1/2 octa. Okay, if 1 is more than 1, it means undergo dissociation, less than 1 undergo association. Okay, this we are talking about this about a dissociation and the association. Fine. Now next is so for a Van't-Hoff factor formula also you can see by this osmotic pressure V is equals to CRT, osmotic pressure CRT upon V, CRT pi is equals to CRT. Okay, these all things are written here, and we are saying if we have to find out the mass, mv is equals to wbrt upon v into pi. Wv is the weight of the solute, mv is the molecular mass of the solute. For isotonic solution, osmotic pressure is pi is equals to CRT. Okay, this we have said about the Van't-Hoff factor. Understood, students? Okay, so these things we have completed. Okay, I will see if, now one thing more you can write down in a copy, difference between osmosis and the diffusion. These things you can write down in a copy. And after this, please don't say this thing that ma'am has given this much work, and don't say like this. It is important things. Now abnormal molar mass. In a abnormal molar mass you can see, and what the points are important, those points you can write down. Association also, dissociation also. Association, dissociation points you can write down. Okay, when it will decrease and when it will increase. Like here, dissociation of molecules leads to increase in the number of particles. Here, decrease in the number of particles. Okay, decrease in the colligative property, increase in the colligative properties. Okay, these things. So today we have completed the degree of association, dissociation. Now I will give the complete numericals to you of colligative properties. Today we will complete this one chapter, and in the next lecture I will give the short things, and one that numericals I will give to you. Okay, thank you and have a nice day. And my dear students, please write these things in your copy. And one thing more, what the thing is coming in your unit test till colligative properties, first chapter, that is solid state. Second chapter till colligative properties, it will coming in your copy. Okay, and please learn the MCQs. Okay, explanation things are not coming, MCQs are coming. So please learn the MCQs. Okay, Don't say that ma'am has not given the syllabus. Ma'am has given the syllabus. You can see it properly. Okay. Thank you and have a nice day.